this one anime that I watched that I really liked. It's called Dandadan, Dandadan. And I thought it was really good. I actually really enjoyed this one. I have seen this one, but I've seen like people making videos like the Hypermania of Dan. And I wanted to see what this guy had to talk about. I didn't know it was like that hyper like mania. I just watched it because a buddy told me it was good, and I was like, oh okay, I'll watch it. And me and my wife actually enjoyed it too, and she doesn't like a lot of anime, but she enjoyed this one. And my baby would like get all excited and dance whenever the Dandadan thing would come on. She wouldn't dance. I would hold her and she would smile and swing her arms or whatever babies do. But yeah, so I actually have a good place in my heart for this one.
You hear that? That is for sure one of the contenders of Anime of the Year. Dandadan. If you haven't been keeping up with the latest anime releases, you still probably know what Dandadan is. But if not, by the end of this video, you know all about the hypermania called Dandadan. For one, this is not just another shonen anime or even like a rom-com. It has factors of the romance and also the shonen combined. Romance between two of the main characters, Okarun and Momo, is just something like that warms your
Oh, did you hear the list, bro? That's how you know we have an expert here. Now, that you might think I'm making fun of him. You might think that I am clowning on this man for everything he's saying, having that list behind it. But I take that as a pledge. That is a mother trucking patch on his experience as being a nerd in the nerddom. The nerd world, the nerdison. He is a nerd king. He is the king of gooning, right? He knows what he's talking about. Once you hear that lisp come out, it's in trouble, bro. We are in mad trouble, and I like it.
heart.
Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Of course, they end up adding more characters, so it turns into more of like a love triangle, into more of like love web. And the main reason the romance feels so like genuine, creator Yukino Tatsu, he had to read 100 romance mangas on the request of his editor. This really helped him develop some of the most relatable characters. With this knowledge of all the romance mangas, he creates some of the best fucking romance I've actually seen in a long time. The dynamic between Momo and Okarun, and then also the later characters, is just a little bit diabolical in the storytelling. For real though. He really do be making me feel like I just want Okarun to be winning. I want Momo.
I actually, you do get this from this, and this is something I thought was weird, because normally in an anime with a shonen, it's like, oh, people just sort of end up together. There's not really like a grand love in it. But when it comes to Dandadan, you literally get into it and you want these two to end up together. You know they're going to end up together, but it's about the journey to that, and it's really, really good. It reminds me of, so there's other animes that if you like Dandadan, you can watch. Right? One is One Punch Man. Whoa, what a shocker. I fucking suggested One Punch Man, and it's amazing, and everybody should watch One Punch Man. It's goated. But also, by the same creator of One Punch Man, there is Mob Psycho, or Mob 100, or Mob Psycho, one of the two. I think it might be called Mob 100. That is, to this date, my favorite complete anime that I've seen. The one from beginning to end where I watched the whole thing. It's done. It's fucking zip-skied. It has been finished. We got a bow on it. It had a great ending. Everything from beginning to end was perfect. And I love Mob Psycho. And this reminds me of Mob Psycho in a lot of ways. And that's what's so endearing about it. But I think it has a little bit better writing than Mob Psycho did. And I thought Mob Psycho had a really incredible writing, but there's more depth to this. And I really, really, if you like this, watch Mob Psycho, then come back to this, and you will be shooting ropes out of your pants, right?
To be like happy and like you're just kind of rooting for this like dynamic. To be honest with you, I didn't even know if I even liked this show to begin with when I first started watching this. I first started watching this show with my girlfriend. It quickly turned into a routine that we sit down weekly to watch Dandadan. But something about this show that kept pulling me back. I didn't even know.
That's what happened with me, dude. I watched one episode with my wife, and she's like, I actually like this, and I'm like, no shit. Oh yes, we're gonna have sex and watch anime. That didn't happen, but I mean, it was a dream. It was a dream. Everybody's got that dream where you're just like, there's fisting going on, and there's just like feces and sperm and like vaginal fluids everywhere. You got to use like a flamethrower to clean it up. Everybody's got some dreams. I got mine.
on the first couple episodes if I liked it. It's so fucking different from what's out now. It deserves a watch. The creator also doesn't shy away from some of the hard-hitting moments of everyday mundane life. There's one episode that will hit you harder than a semi-truck on a Tuesday afternoon, especially if you have dealt with loss in your family. Especially looking at this with a different perspective from someone that has lost somebody like that. It truly says that, like, this man—
Spoilers and shit. Basically, chick was a prostitute. She was getting slap backed from the back, and she had a baby. Well, she ended up deciding not to be a prostitute anymore, like saved too much money or something, like one of those things. And she used to be a dancer, right? But she broke her ankle and became a prostitute. And so now she decides she wants to, like, best for her baby, but well, these guys show up and then beat the shit out of her, and she sends her baby to run away, and then she dies. And so all she wants to do is protect her kid. So now she turned into an evil spirit, and you get her backstory. It's quite sad and moving, but that's what happens. A lot of back shots, and then fucking getting stabbed in the neck with a glass. Super moving. I felt a half an emotion, which is real big for me. Real big for me. The only time I actually feel emotion is when I watch Ben Shapiro's shitty Batman review and when I'm bad at video games. And this scene, I guess.
Man has an artistic vision and has a way with fucking storytelling that is like no other. And to really get to know the anime and the manga, I think we should really know about the Oda of the story, aka the creator, aka Yukinobu Tatsu. Yukinobu also had some other serialized projects that ended up getting axed, from Fireball, Zainji no Rikojun, and Kamiki Impatsu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those right. I'm sorry if I'm not. But this man has been working since 2009 as an assistant on Fire Punch and also Hell's Paradise. With all the spelled rejection of his life.
I've wanted to watch Hell's Paradise. I've heard it's good, and I just haven't sat down and watched it. I don't know what it is about it. I've watched a couple episodes, and I'm like, it's fine. It's decent. It's got some stuff going for it. It's other stuff I just do not care. No shits be given. It was something I was like, I tried to watch it right after I watched Berserk, because it was like in the recommended, and it wasn't Berserk, and I was mad. I was big bad boy. Whatever, I don't know.
Manga's getting canceled or rejected. He had this terrible artist block that he ended up going to Jump's editor Jihei Lin and told him that he doesn't think he could draw anymore. Jihei Lin, knowing his potential from all his other amazing work, told him at the end of the year party to just create freely. And Tatsu took that to heart and postally started drawing with no limit, no clear direction, just creating. And with no clear direction, he ended up settling on an occult theme inspired by the popular horror movie Kadako vs. Hiroko, but he wanted to make it a little bit more lighthearted and uplifting. So Dandadan was born, the first story arc of two high school students, Momo and Okarun, who have opposing beliefs about the paranormal and engage in a little friendly bet to prove each other wrong, that ends up leading to her awakening her supernatural powers and Okarun losing his quote-unquote dong and his balls. This launches us into the first arc, trying to recover.
I was not gonna lie, that had me hooked, dude. He straight up, the way he has these like demon powers is because his balls and dong were snatched, bro. His wiener was pulled out of his pants and snipped right off. So they're trying to recollect the 3 positions of power in a man's pants.
Okarun's family jewels.
What?
These characters end up developing a little crush on each other, and this also helps them slowly introduce characters through Shiratori, aka basically the third person in a love triangle where she thinks Momo is evil. And lastly, the hype train himself, Gigi, is introduced, which is Momo's childhood crush and best friend. And with the creator creating freely and drawing from supernatural and cultist themes, time for a little rapid fire round of covering all the spirits, aliens in season 1. But before we do that, the real supernatural thing is you've watched this far and have not hit the subscribe button. So go ahead.
Hit the subscribe button, or instead of hitting your wife, do it now. Don't hit your wife. It's bad. Don't be women, and if you're a woman, don't be men. Just love each other and shit. Like, unless you guys are like MMA fighters and you like to spar and then it turns into sex, you do you, boo boo. But yeah, dude, subscribe to him or something, and subscribe to me. Subscribe to me. I need love. I need lots of love. Oh man, yelling at a computer screen in his living room. Come on. Fucking smash the like button.
Turbo Granny. The granny mode we don't really like. We like the cat version of Turbo Granny. Golden mascot. Next is the lady in the red dress. The head game must be strong.
What did he say?
Dude, let's go, dude. Girl in the red dress. She likes deep throating.
There's also this crab guy. Apparently you can eat him. There's a few different aliens in here trying to evolve their race. There's the boxy shrimp man that just needs some fucking milk.
He needs some milk.
There's a space.
Dude, that's what I do. That's what I bring the energy in. Chat's mad that I'm not calmer. I'm not more of a relaxed Asmongold type. I mean, I can try to calm it down a little bit. I can bring it down to a level here, but I can whisper deep secrets into your ear. Hey, sweet boy, I love you. Subscribe to my channel.
Sumo alien. There's Nessie in here, kinda. But all in all, the first season roster, pretty solid. 8.5 golden balls out of 10. Kind of funny that this is the last talking point, but the intro is straight fucking fire. And I'm not the only one that thinks this thing is straight fucking gas. The music video and also the anime intro has fucking huge numbers for this being a new seasonal anime. With that being said, season 1 is already wrapped up and season 2 is already announced. Hell, I might even pick up the manga before then, but this is my little short video.
Yeah, dude, I have to say, Dandadan is amazing, dude. It's amazing. And I had this other video queued up where I didn't know if he was gonna go into it, but there's another person who had a perspective on it, but I don't think I'm gonna watch that. I think this covers my Dandadan thing. I really like it. It's something that it was cool to find something that had romance in it that also had action. So there's this thing where my wife likes like cringe TV. She's like, I watch Love Island actually, and I'm like, ugh, fucking vomit in my mouth. It's garbage, terrible TV. But she likes her romance. She likes her Hallmark movies. She likes her bullshit. And the fact that Dandadan had that bit of romance and that bit of action for everybody, it's something that it's nice to be able to watch a show with your wife that she's engaged in, you're engaged in, and also has a fire soundtrack so your baby can dance to it. I mean, that's just the greatness of Dandadan. It really has something for everybody, and I really enjoyed it. And I think everybody should watch it, dude. It's fire. I think it's more like 9 out of 10. It's peak goddamn fishing. Peak fiction. Yeah.